I need you to remember one thing tonight. Desperation is not weakness, unless you fake it. They'll try to sell you that New York is desperate, that the Garden will roar, that history bends toward the Knicks when the lights are brightest. But what they won't tell you is this. The Indiana Pacers already stole their soul. They did it with tempo. They did it with trust. And they did it without fear of the moment. Tyrese Halliburton didn't just outplay the Knicks. He rearranged the geometry of the court. 29 points, 15 assists, 10 rebounds, no turnovers. A line that's never existed in playoff history until Game 4. But here's where it twists. Vegas knows this. So why is New York still laying 4.5? Because this isn't about math. It's about markets. And when 61% of bettors line up behind the road dog after they just cashed, Vegas doesn't panic. Vegas sets a trap. You think the league wants a Pacers-Celtics final? You think TNT wants to sell that story? Let me remind you, there's power in the script, and the Knicks know their role. Karl Anthony Towns might have banged knees, but the line moved up on his props, not down. That's not fear. That's a signal. He's dropped 20+ in 3 of 4 games. He's cleaning the glass like it's a redemption ritual. And tonight he walks in with pain behind the kneecap and purpose behind the eyes. New York is 27-10 straight up at home after a loss. In the playoffs, 5-1. And now, the lights dim. You can feel the tension vibrating off the wood. This isn't just Game 5. This is a reckoning inside a billion-dollar altar. Because here's the cold part. Indiana's been cleaner. They've been faster. They've been smarter. And it still doesn't matter. Not tonight. Not in this cathedral of illusion. You're not betting on a side tonight. You're choosing who owns the story. And today's AI pick is Knicks -4.5. You want to talk about fire? You want to talk about pressure? Then let me take you where ice and judgment meet. Abaddon, it's yours.
You want to know what judgment looks like? It's not rage. It's not noise. It's the silence right before collapse. 3 wins. That's all Edmonton needed. And they earned everyone. Volume, speed, pressure. They didn't sneak past Dallas. They smothered them. But tonight, the fire comes home. This is the American Airlines Center, and in this building, the Stars don't play hockey. They enforce it. They've won 35 of their last 51 here, 7 of 9 in the playoffs. And when they lose, it's not with silence. It's with scars. The books are baiting you. They're flashing the plus money. They're whispering in your ear, take the Oilers one more time. But what they're not telling you is this: Dallas doesn't lose on desperation. You want metrics? They've outscored opponents by 11 on home ice this postseason. Their special teams are lethal. 42% on the power play, 85% kill rate. And Jake Oettinger? In this barn, he's a wall. A .916 save percentage and a 2.26 goals against mark that says one thing: not tonight. Skinner's been hot, no doubt. But hot streaks don't last under siege. And Dallas isn't coming to skate. They're coming to hit, drag, claw, and drown. You know what that is? It's not a team playing to win. It's a force refusing to die. This isn't just a Game 5. This is the graveyard where false coronations get buried. And today's AI pick is Stars Moneyline. Now, take your eyes off the ice. Look up. You see them? They're already here. Wings, armor, shadows that move like prophecy. The Valkyries descend, and they're headed straight for Brooklyn. Malachi, Elvis, this court is yours.
Elvis, they're dressing up a funeral like a fight, and Vegas is charging admission. They called it a redemption spot. Valkyries with a chip, New York on cruise control, said this was the time to buy low, sell high. But let me ask you, what exactly are you buying? The Liberty didn't just beat Golden State, they ran a clinic. 49% from the floor, 11 made threes, 25 assists, while the Valkyries shot 35% and bricked 72% of their threes. This wasn't a bad night. This was exposure. And Vegas saw it. That's why the line didn't shrink. It grew. From 17 to 17.5. That's not a trap. That's a mirror. And it's pointing right at the truth. You want to know how bad it is? The Valkyries are bottom 3 in field goal percentage, 3-point shooting, assists, and turnovers. The only thing they lead in is steals. You know what that means? They're fast. They're scrappy. But they can't execute. They create chaos because they can't create structure. Meanwhile, the Liberty are moving like a machine. Cloud setting tempo. Stewart scoring at will. Ionescu barely breaking a sweat. This isn't basketball. This is orchestration. Veronica Burton tried to fight back last game. 13 points, 6 assists, 3 steals. She made it look respectable. But one flare in the dark doesn't stop a forest fire. Even if Hayes and Billings return, they're walking into a buzzsaw. Rusty legs, tight rotations, and a crowd that smells blood. And now it's slam night in Brooklyn. You don't walk into that building and just hope. You either dominate or get deleted. This team went 16-4 at home last season. They're 4-0 to start this year. The books aren't trying to bait you into the favorite. They're daring you to take the lie. And today's AI pick is Liberty minus 17.5. Elvis, when they cheer for wings, you better check the sky. That's not freedom flying overhead. That's the next illusion, waiting to land. Anna, lights are yours. Wings versus sky. Don't blink. Show them what's real.
They'll tell you this is a coin flip. 2 broken teams. One trying to snap a slide, the other chasing its first taste of air. But I don't trust desperation without discipline. And Chicago's drowning in both. The Sky are winless for a reason. They're fast, yes. Aggressive? Sure. But they're also reckless. They average 18 turnovers per game. That's not a flaw, it's a floor line. One you can see from space. They blew a 16-point lead last game, not because they lacked talent, but because they couldn't hold shape, couldn't manage tempo, couldn't protect what they'd built. That's not pressure, that's fragility. Dallas, on the other hand, isn't good. But they're cleaner. They don't panic with the ball. They shoot better. They hit threes at a league-average clip. They protect possessions. And they've got weapons that translate. Björkers just dropped 21. Ogunbowale chipped in 19 with 6 steals. That's not hype. That's data. And this isn't just about efficiency. It's about intent. When Dallas beat Connecticut by 22, they didn't do it on accident. They shot 56%, outscored them by 20 in the paint, dominated every physical exchange. That's what happens when you get sick of bleeding and finally bring a blade. Chicago doesn't have that edge. They rebound, yes, but they give it all back in missed shots and lost passes. Their defense leaks from the arc to the rim. They don't need a win, they need an exorcism, and the books know it. Dallas opened as a 3.5-point favorite. That's rare for a 1-4 team on the road. Now it's 2.5, and the public is nibbling Sky like it's cute. It's not cute. It's bait. And today's AI pick is Wings minus 2.5. They want you to believe both teams are dying. But one of them brought a knife. Lilith. The board has been read. The picks are in. Time to bring judgment to light. In every language.
They never listen the first time. The fire rains down, the signs are carved in flesh, the market bleeds red, and still they ask for one more miracle. So tonight, we give them not mercy, but intel. 4 warnings, 4 edges, 4 chances to get out before the flood. You wanted the garden? You got the garden. Knicks, 4.5. A war of narratives, rigged in neon. You wanted blood on the ice? Stars ML, home rink, sharpened blades, the scream before overtime. You wanted to believe in angels? Liberty, 17.5. But the Valkyries fell, again, harder, and for those still hoping in shadows, Wings, 2.5. Chicago prays. Dallas executes. Ahora en español. 4 juegos. 4 fuegos. Knicks, menos 4.5. La desesperación vende boletos. Stars, línea de dinero. El hielo está manchado. Liberty, menos 17.5. Las alas falsas no vuelan. Wings, menos 2.5. Chicago grita. Dallas corta. Like. Subscribe. Will we cash? Or will we burn? And tonight's final word? Some bets are tickets. Others are tombstones.